So today is Wednesday, September 2nd. So today is the second day in the month of September. I'm going to try to get a couple of lesson videos done since I have those meetings scheduled on Thursday and can't do the Google Meets. So I might look a little similar in a few days of videos just because I'm trying to get all of them done so that they are already recorded and then I don't have to worry about it. I'm also hoping that you can hear me a little better. I removed the little protective case they had around the school iPads, so hopefully the microphone isn't so muffled and you can hear me a little better. I'm hoping that that worked. All right, so again, today is Wednesday, September 2nd. So let's get into our math lesson for today. And we're gonna first watch our robot video. Let's see what he has to say to us today.
What do you see in the pot? There are 5 flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why are there 5 counters on the pot? There are 5 counters to show that there are 5 flowers. What hole do you see? The hole is 5. What parts do you see? The parts are 1 and 4. How does the 5 frame help show the hole? It shows both parts together. How do you write the parts? You write 1 and 4.
Okay, my darlings, so we have some new words in this video, and one of those new words was the word whole. Whole. I don't know if you can see that there. Whole. So whole means everything, all together, all of it. So the whole, all of it, we have 5 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then they use the word parts. Parts. So they're asking how many parts. So we have red parts and we have a yellow part. But the whole, the total amount, all of them together is 5 of them. But there are 2 parts. There's a red part and there's a yellow part. This also happens when you're talking about a puzzle. Puzzles come in pieces. Like I have these 2 pieces here, and you can also call them 2 parts. When I put them together, they are a whole puzzle. It's the whole picture put together. So when we talk about whole, we mean all of them. When we talk about parts, we're talking about those pieces. So here we have a red part of the 5 counters, and we have a yellow part of the 5 counters. So today we're talking about how we take parts or pieces and make a whole piece. Maybe you see a whole cake, and maybe you only want 1 piece or 1 part of that cake, because if you eat that whole cake, your belly will hurt. So we're talking about parts or pieces, and we're talking about whole, meaning the whole thing all together. All right, getting to our math book. All right, so here they're showing our counters again. And remember, the whole means everything. The whole thing together, it means everything. But in this whole, there are 2 parts. 1 part is red. 1 part is red, which is 4 of them. There are 4 reds. And 1 part is green. And then we're going to figure out how we write that in numbers. So when we're talking about the parts, we're writing that number. So the yellow parts, how many yellow parts are there? There's only one. So what number would we write? We'd write the number 1. There's only one yellow part. How many red parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 red parts. So we would write the number 4. So 1 yellow part, and this word says and, meaning bringing together 1 part yellow and 4 parts red. So we're learning how to make and break down the number 5. So we have 1 part yellow and 4 parts red. But all together, the whole is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 5 all together. For this lesson, also don't forget to make sure you have your journal and your pencil and your crayons. Okay, let's go down here. Let's see what other ways we can make 5 using parts to make a whole 5. Here it looks like we have a couple of different colors of flowers. What color are these flowers? Can you see them? They're yellow. They're like a really light yellow. How many yellow flowers do we have? How many yellow parts? I see 2. I see 1 yellow flower and I see 2 yellow flowers. Is that right? So I'm going to use my yellow just so that we can see what we're talking about with colors. I see 1 yellow part. I see 2 yellow parts. So I see 2 yellow flowers. And then we have some pink flowers here. How many pink parts or pink pieces do we have? I see 1, 2, 3. So let me change to my pink. I see 1, 2, 3. So if we were going to write that in numbers, we would write how many parts do we have in yellow? How many? We have 2. So I'm going to write the number 2. How many parts or how many pieces are pink? 1, 2, 3. So what number are we going to write? We're going to write the number 3. So 2 yellow parts, 1, 2, and 3 pink parts gives us what whole? How many do we have all together? How many flowers do you see as a whole if we put this little puzzle with its parts together? How many flowers are there all together? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 yellow flowers, 2 of them, and 3 pinks, 1, 2, 3, gives us 5 flowers all together. How are we doing? Are we doing okay? You're kind of learning to add right now. I'm going to erase this and change to the next page, because if I don't erase it, it'll be on the next page, and we don't want this on the next page. It doesn't go on the next page. All right, sweethearts, so they want us to make our own parts or pieces to make 5. Can you guys see that? We're doing flowers again. So let's pick a color. How about we pick, I'm going back to this side. So my colors are on this side. Let's pick purple. And we're going to figure out how we can make 5. How many parts we can make 5. How many purples do you want to color? You want to try 1 purple? Let's try 1 purple. I'm going to change the size of that. That's so big. I don't even know how it got so big. I want to redo that. All right, we want 1 purple flower. Now we can only use 2 different colors. So we already did purple, so we need to pick 1 more color. Let's pick, right now you're just watching, you're not in your journal right now. Let's pick blue. So we can only use 2 colors. We already used purple, so now we're using blue. So how many are we going to color blue? 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to color all 4 of these blue. Because remember, we can only use 2 colors. 3 and 4. Okay, so our parts. We have how many purple? We have 1 purple part. 1 purple part. So what number am I going to write right here for the purple parts? How many purple parts do we have? How many purple flowers? We have 1 purple flower, so I'm going to write a number 1. How many blue parts or blue flowers do we have? How many did we color? 4. We colored 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what number am I going to write down to show how many blue flowers I have? What number is that? We're going to write the number 4. Down and over, back to the top, and straight down. So the 2 parts we used to make this whole. We used 1 purple flower, 1 purple, and we used 4 blue flowers. But how many in the whole? How many all together? You ready to count? How many all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we used 1 purple flower and 4 blue flowers to make 5 all together. 5 flowers all together. We've got some other flowers down here. We need to make 5 with 2 different parts again, 2 different colors. We have already done 1 and 4. Let's try 3. Let's try 3. I'm going to pick the color orange this time. And I'm going to color 3 flowers orange. 2. So I got 1, 2, and 3. So how many flowers did I color orange? I colored 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. Now remember, we can only use 2 different colors. And we have 2 flowers left. 1, 2. So I need to pick another color to show my other part. I'm going to go with green. So these 2 flowers, I'm going to color green. 1, 2. So we were making our parts, but we were only using 2 colors. We have orange and we have green. How many oranges did we use? Or how many flowers did we color orange? 1, 2, 3. How many flowers did I color green? I colored 2 green. 1, 2. Now we need to use numbers to describe that. We need to write down numbers. So how many oranges did I color? 1, 2, 3. So what number am I going to write down? I'm going to write down the number 3. Around and around. And how many green flowers did I use or color? 1, 2. So what number am I going to write down now? I'm going to write down the number 2. So we use the parts 3, because I have 3 orange, 3 and 2 to make how many in the whole? How many flowers do we have all together? All together. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we made 5, the whole 5, using 3 oranges and 2 greens. Again, this is 5. So we can see we can use pieces or parts. We can use 1 and 4 to make 5. And we could use 3 and 2 to make 5. Let's practice this some more. Go ahead and grab your journal. I'm going to erase this and switch to my journal page. journal. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm going to use my tools up here first. All right, you have your journal, but I'm going to use my little tools that I have up here. So we're still going to make 5, but we're going to show it with parts. We're going to figure out how else we can make 5 with parts. So how about I'm going to grab, oh gosh, sorry guys. I had to change it. Okay, let's see if this works now. Okay, so can you see my square? I'm going to move it over a little more. So I have 1 orange square. Do you see that? But I need to make 5. I need to make 5. But I'm going to use just 1 orange, and the rest I'm going to do green. So I have 1 orange, and I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 green ones. Can you guys see that? Because I said I wanted to make 5. I want to make 5. But I used 2 parts. I used an orange part and I used a green part. How many orange squares do I have? I have 1. So I'm going to write down what number? 1. How many green parts do I have? Just the green ones. How many? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to write the number 4. So I used 1 and, I'm going to write the word and, I used 1 and 4 to make how many all together? How many are there all together? If I put all my parts, all my pieces together, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. All right, I'm going to do one more example before I get into the journal, and then when we get into the journal, you copy. All right, let me erase this one. I'm going to put this one over here, erase this, or actually, let's do that. Okay. All right, now I'm going to use, how about, I'm going to use these stars. So again, I'm going to use just 2 colors. I'm going to use 2 parts to make 5. I'm going to take and use, I'm going to do this. 1, 2, 3. I have 3 yellow stars. Can you guys see them? So what number am I going to write first? I'm going to write 3. But I need to make 5, so I'm going to do a different color for the last ones. This time I'm going to use red. So I need to make 5, so I need 2 more. And I'll color those in too. Okay, so remember we're using parts to make 5. How many red parts am I using? How many red parts? How many red stars do you see? I see 1, 2. So I use 2 red parts. So what number am I going to write? I'm going to write the number 2. Ooh, let's do that in black. So for my parts, I used how many yellow parts? I used 3. 1, 2, 3. And, gotta put that and in there. And how many red parts? 2. 1, 2. How many did I get all together? How many stars are there all together in my whole? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I used 3 yellow stars and 2 red stars to make 5. So I used 3 and 1, 2 to make 5. All right, now let's do some stuff in our journal. Let's illustrate this. Let's illustrate what we're learning. Got your journal? Okay, so we're gonna make 5 again. Let's do, how about some crowns, like a queen? Let's do a crown. When I draw a crown, I'm gonna pick yellow since we're doing a crown. When I do a crown, I go spiky, 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 and then an oval on the bottom. And maybe even like it's shining, some little marks like it's shining. So we need to make 5, but with 2 different parts, 2 different colors. So let's make another yellow one. Let's make another yellow one. So spiky, tall spiky, short spiky, tall spiky, and then an oval, and add some details like it's shining real bright. That's a real bright, shiny crown. And actually, you can color that in too, so it looks like completely gold or shiny bright yellow. All right, remember, we want to make 5, but using 2 parts or 2 colors. Now I'm going to change my color. I'm going to grab black. Now we've already done 2, but we need to make 5. So 2, we actually need to make 3 more crowns. So, oh, that did not change my color. Okay, there we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. 3 more crowns. 1, 2, 3. All right, so now I have 3 more crowns. How many parts are yellow? How many yellow crowns do we have? We have 2. How many black, white crowns do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. So we used 2 and 3 to make how many all together? How many are there all together? Let's count them. Let's count how many are in our whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we 5. I'm gonna write 5 right over here. So we used 2 parts yellow and 3 parts black and white to make 5 crowns all together. Those are some good looking crowns, right? Let's do another one. So in your journal, you should have this illustrated just like this. If you have room to go above or below, go ahead and do that. I'm going to erase mine because I don't have any more illustrating room. Let's do another one. We're trying to see how many parts we can use to make 5. This time, let's illustrate, how about some cute little smiley faces? Let's do smiley faces. I'm going to pick purple. All right, remember we're making 5, but with 2 parts or 2 different colors. We're gonna do purple. Let's do 5 purple. Let's see if you can get this one. That's 1 smiley face, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have I'm going to circle them too. I'm going to give them heads. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I have 5 purple smiley faces. 5 purple, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what number am I going to write down? I'm going to write down 5. Do I have any other color? No, I don't have any other color. All of my smiley faces are purple. So if I have no other color, none, zero, zilch, how many do I have in another color? What number is that? I have 0 in another color. Oh, I'm gonna actually put the 0 over here so over here, I don't even have another, that looks too much like a circle. There's a good looking 0. All right, so this time, the parts that we used to make 5 were 0, because we didn't make any other smiley face, any other colors. We used 0 and 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple ones. So this time we use 0, because we have no other color over here. We use 0 and 5 to make how many all together? How many smiley faces are there all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 smiley faces all together. So let's go over this again. We made 5. We've used 1 and 4. We've also used 3 and 2. And now we've used, can you see? 0 and 5. So we've used a few different parts to make the whole number 5. Again, we used 1 and 4. We used 3 and 2. And we used 0 and 5. All right, my darlings, you just learned the many different ways to make 5. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. All right, my darlings, that is the end of our math lesson for Wednesday, September 2nd. I hope you guys have a good evening. Bye.